Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Garage Days episode 2. I hope that everybody's having a good day and you're having a nice cup of coffee or a iced tea and you just want to hang out for a bit. Love to have you. Anyway, to get started, today we're going to do these packs of cards that I just got at Family Dollar. We'll start with this Donruss 2025. And that is Travis Bazana. I can't see it. Anyway, I guess he's pretty good since he's on the cover. I don't know. I have not watched baseball, Major League Baseball, in 5 years. So we got, right off the bat, we got a rated rookie of, I can't make that out either. My eyes are bad, guys. And here's an idea of what the back looks like. And I can read it on the back. It's Rhett Loader. And I'm going to have to flip these over to see who they are. Alex Gordon. I didn't know he still played, or maybe that's like a retro. Oh, that's Jim Palmer. I know that. And our parallel yellow border card is Rickey Henderson. Nice, IPC Rickey Henderson, so that's very cool. And we have a rated rookie. And it is Griff O'Farrell. And I don't know anything about Griff O'Farrell. But I wish him the best. Hopefully he does good things. Alright, now let's get into this Heritage pack I bought. So they still have 2022 Topps Heritage in there. I guess they didn't sell and they're still sitting there. But now these are like your Dollar General. The Donruss pack that we just opened is like Dollar General, just base cards. This could have potentially an autograph or maybe a refractor. So let's get into this pack and see what's in here. So we got Brandon Marsh. The names on here are easier to read. Brandon Marsh, this is his rookie card with the RC Shield. So I don't know if he's decent or not. Tyler Wade. And we'll just show one back just to give you the example. Now this is an older style design. That's what Topps does for the Heritage cards. I'm not sure what year that is. 73 maybe. Alex Bregman, I know he's a star. Isaiah Kiner Falfa. Say that 3 times fast. It's a good looking card with the sign in the back there. Looks like it says Blaster. It's a good looking card. Good photo anyway. And then we got Jordan Luplow. Yuli Gurriel. And again, I know I just butchered his name, but don't know him, so Alcides Escobar. If I had the driver formerly known as James here, she would pronounce that properly. CJ Cron from the Colorado Rockies. And we got Rodolfo Castro. Victor Robles. And we have 2021 rookie outfielders. I don't know any of those names. Brian Miller, Greg Deichmann, and Henry Ramos. James McCann. Good looking card. Shane Bieber, I do know that name. And I guess our hit is going to be Tris Speaker. Very nice. And Joe Ryan. That is an insert. Not numbered though. So, that's an idea of what you will get out of 2022 Topps Heritage. And I just got a few other things I picked out to show today. This is my ticket from the one and only Jacksonville Jaguars game I ever went to. Like all tickets, you know, the ink that they use on tickets fades. But this one's still legible. It's December 6th, 1998. And this was one of Barry Sanders' last games. I think they played like 3 or 4 other games in the season. And so yeah, I went down to the sidelines. We got there early. And Barry Sanders was suited up. And he was on the field stretching and whatnot in the end zone. And I went down there and I was yelling at him. I was like, "Hey, Barry!" And he was smiling and waving, like genuinely smiling too. He was happy. He wasn't like, "Oh, look at me, I'm the best running back. I'm too good to wave at you." He was waving and smiling, so that was pretty cool. And one of his, you know, his last season, one of his last games. So I just thought I would show that and tell my memory of Barry Sanders. Okay, and I got some cards here to show. I picked this one out. This is just a cool card. I really like it. I do PC Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith was always happy, pleasant, genuinely happy looking guy on the field. He was just fun to watch. But I like this card because of the background. And I'm sure my camera is not showing the beauty of the background. But that's a great picture. I PC Ozzie Smith. And the other guys on the card are Geronimo Pena, Ray Lankford, and Bernard Gilkey. But that's just a good looking card. And that is a $1 to $3 card all day long on eBay. So it isn't anything that's worth a lot of money, but I like it. Figured I'd show it. It was handy. Okay guys, and if you've ever watched any of my Keystone Heights videos, you have heard me talk about the baseball card store that used to be there. I think it was What's on Second. So this is a card that I bought there in the early 90s. And it's still in the original top loader that it was in when I bought it. It's kind of yellowed, but the card is not yellow. And we'll just show you the card. That store had so much vintage that it was crazy. They had like several glass cabinets in there with shelves, you know, like 3 shelves per case. And most of it was loaded with, you know, 60s vintage. And all in pretty good shape too. But I've always been a Pete Rose fan, so that is one of my better Pete Rose cards that I have. Most of the Rose cards I have are 80s. And of course this has the Alou brothers on it. They don't get a lot of hobby love, unfortunately. They should. Anyway, and lastly, what I picked out to show, I talked about this in a video. Just when Ryne Sandberg passed away, and I didn't have this on hand at the time to show, but this is my Ryne Sandberg rookie card I talked about in that video. I bought this in Cooperstown, New York at a baseball card shop there. And I told the story in that video about how my friend was bugging me for my old Ryne Sandberg card I had. And he offered me 20 bucks for it. I took it. And then we went to Cooperstown and I bought this at a card shop there. And of course, like all good cards back in the day, you put them in a screw down. And this is a recessed screw down, so it's not, you know, affecting the card. But yeah, we got, I'd say, perfectly centered. Sharp corners, there's not a crease or a wrinkle in it. And that is just a beautiful Sandberg card that is memorable to me because of how I got it. And my friend was so bummed out. He gave me 20 for my old Sandberg card I had, Sandberg Rookie. And you know, that wasn't perfect. Not like this one. And he gave me 20 bucks for it, so I finally, you know, I sold it to him. And then when I showed him this, and I was like, look what I got for 11 bucks. He couldn't believe it. But yeah, that is a perfect Sandberg. Perfect RC. Okay guys, and lastly today in the garage, my friend Richard Maybe Presents is always talking about Boy Scouts and showing Scout stuff from his past, so I found my uniform. I'm going to show it. I could not fit one single arm in this today, but this is my old Boy Scouts uniform. And we'll show you the patches on here. That is the Camp Shands patch, where I went to summer camp. And also Camp Shands, some of Doc Hollywood, the movie was filmed there. You know, the cabin and the lake scene was filmed at Camp Shands. And I used to know the guy who ran it and could go there anytime, but he is long gone, and I don't think I could just go up and drive in there anymore. But there's my American flag patch and I think that's a Badger. We were the Badger Patrol. And we got the North Florida Council. Troop 490, which I got curious and looked it up to see what's going on with Troop 490. They no longer exist, apparently. Some other scout troop now exists. They have Facebook. I googled Interlochen Boy Scouts and that came up, and all I can say is it is a much different world since I wore this shirt. And I was the den chief, which I think that meant I cleaned up after everybody. But yep, that's my old Boy Scout uniform. Like I said, I couldn't fit an arm in that today, but I just thought it was cool and show it since Richard maybe enjoys showing his Scout stuff. Thought maybe he'd like to see it. This is my merit badge sash. And where else but the Boy Scouts can you walk around and proudly display your life skills? So as you can see, I was a proficient swimmer. If you had a cut or a burn, I could doctor you up, first aid. I could make you a pot. And you know, I could shoot a target with a bow and arrow. And this one is fingerprinting. If you ever watched any of our Melrose videos, I know I talked about taking that class for the fingerprinting merit badge there in Melrose. It was given by a old school detective. And that class was in like 84 or 85, and this guy was like a retired detective. He was probably a detective in the 50s and 60s. And that was kind of eye-opening. Definitely changed how I thought about policing and forensics. But that's all I managed to get. I did lose interest in Boy Scouts, and I did quit. I think I got whatever the first, like second class or whatever the first rank is in Boy Scouts, and I quit. I had already done Cub Scouts, and I made it all the way through Cub Scouts and got the Arrow of Light. But I had just lost interest in Boy Scouts, and none of my friends were in it, and I just kind of just lost interest. But anyway, that's our second episode of Garage Days. So we will be back next Wednesday, and I'll show some other stuff. And hope to see you guys again. Peace.